In the past, EA used to do these community surveys every now and then where they make you vote on different kinds of pack concepts, and then the most popular one or ones end up getting turned into a pack. Normally they were slightly different to how they were advertised, so you have to take them with a pinch of salt, but they give us a really strong indication in terms of the different pack concepts that they've been brainstorming, and it goes to show that probably at least like 3 of these pack concepts that they've announced will end up actually being packs in some way or another. So today we're looking over all of these. These are all from a recent survey that EA have done. The survey introduces 9 expansion pack concepts, and I haven't looked at any of them yet. I want to go into it blind with you guys. According to the pack survey, it does say the Sims team is not committing to any specific themes, features, or details outlined here. Your input will determine which ideas are most appealing and what can be improved or which should be cut out. So it's not an exact science, but it still gives us a very strong indication. So for expansion pack concept 1, dive into a colorful ocean world filled with fun and adventure. Explore underwater landscapes, find hidden treasures, and meet diverse marine life. Build your dream property on the beach or open ocean and create an aquarium with collected artifacts and aquatic life. Travel from unique ocean neighborhood locations to discover each small town, meet the locals and trade goods. Live on houseboats, fish from rowboats, or explore with submarines. With underwater and open water spaces, every dive and every seafaring offers new discoveries. Okay, it's very much giving The Sims 3 Island Paradise, and The Sims 4 Island Living was supposed to be The Sims 3's Island Paradise version in The Sims 4, if you get me, but obviously it flopped because The Sims 3 Island Paradise literally came with hotel resorts. Okay, we got literal underwater scuba diving. It came with a live lifeguard career. That pack was insane. If you perform a couple of bug fixes on it, like it's not broken, it works perfectly fine. If you alter some things with it, because a lot of people complain that pack was broken, but that was solid. So in The Sims 4, this pack concept is very much giving Island Living 2.0. I don't know how they can really justify it because Island Living exists. This is the mess that they're getting themselves into because there's so many packs out right now. They can't do any novel ideas. All they could do is give us like the other half of the Sims 3 expansion packs, if you get me, because Sims 4 expansion packs and their Sims 3 counterparts. The Sims 4 ones are kind of like a third of the Sims 3 experience. So they just kind of like split the Sims 3 packs into multiple. I just feel like this one would go down quite distastefully. Also, is the Sims 4 really capable of handling this? Can the Sims 4 handle houseboats? Can it handle underwater scuba diving? If it could, why didn't they do it back when Island Living was released? I'm just very skeptical. I'm not convinced. The second one, Sims take life on the road with a customizable travel van, exploring picturesque destinations and engaging in meaningful experiences with the locals from different worlds. Trade items, recipes, and stories from each location. Then return to a world where Sims dream to retire to update your van and dive deeper into the mechanic career. Partake in whimsical adventures with family or solo and enjoy expanded elders activities during their golden years, enriching generational storytelling. I've actually said for a while now that I genuinely wouldn't mind like a car's kit where like you do up your own car, or sorry, like a stuff pack rather, like you do up your own car. You can't drive it off the lot because the Sims won't allow it, but you just like do it up. Obviously in the Sims 4 stuff packs are dead, as are game packs, because everything is being upsold as an expansion pack now. So I guess this would kind of be their way that you could potentially like drive a car, but it would have to be a world where like you could only drive this van and you can only drive it in the very specific circumstance of, in fact, no, it wouldn't even be driving the van because you would just teleport from like one location to the other. Okay, they wouldn't actually get in it and drive off. They would teleport from one location to the other, but it would be maybe like a van where your Sims could sleep in, like a camper van. I think that's what they mean. I think they mean like a customizable camper van, maybe where you could put like build objects inside, and maybe like the camper van just like teleports. Like they're not putting driving in this game. No, they're not. I don't know how I feel about that in terms of gameplay. Like when I think of like doing up a car or something, we had that in The Sims 2 free time. That was like a very minor feature of the pack. In fact, you know, every single Sims game has had vehicles apart from The Sims 4. vehicles have never really been that deep. They've just been like a given. This is why I say, my gosh, Project Renee should have just been The Sims 5, because like this is not it. I just don't know how it would work. I feel like the Sims team is stealing my ideas, because I literally said in a video a couple of months ago about a pack concept where your Sims can like do up a car, and there's also like this whole like mechanic life career. Like, they're stealing my fucking ideas. They need to be paying me. This is honestly always kind of like a meme for the channel now, because those of you who watch all my videos, you all know every single time I tell the Sims team they should do something, they do it a couple months later. I'm convinced they're stealing my ideas. They hate watching me steal my ideas. Yes, you do. I know you're watching. Well, you know what they say, an original always beats a copy. If this was a whole expansion pack, I would want a literal camper van that you could actually like do up and customize in any way yourself. I would expect gallery integration. Maybe it could kind of work like a Sims 4 apartments, where it's technically a room, because obviously they wouldn't have actual driving in the game, but maybe they could have something like you make the camper van on your lot, but then you teleport, and like the camper van teleports into a fixed location somewhere else in the world. Maybe something like that could work, you know? Maybe they could add a brand new camping lot type, and then you could put that in any other world, so you could take your camper van anywhere in any world. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm keen on like trading recipes and stories. Like, this is very much giving like undermining my intelligence. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, share stories with other Sims. Like, it's a little bit patronizing, that kind of concept. I think trying to build a whole pack around a vehicle is a very bad idea, that you can explore different towns. If you look at the Sims 3 World Adventures, like that pack was all about exploring not just 3 towns, 3 huge worlds, and you could use a vehicle to travel between the different areas, but the whole expansion pack concept wasn't about the vehicle itself. It was just about exploring the worlds, and I just don't know how I feel about them turning it into a whole expansion. If it was a stuff pack where you could just like do up a camper van in your Sims garden, like that'd be fine. But I think it's an expansion pack. I'm not sure. I think they'd have to be very careful how they implemented it. Expansion number 3, traverse an uncharted, otherworldly, extreme environment where civilization has collapsed and nature's reclaimed the remnants of a once great city. Master adaptation skills to survive and thrive, from finding basic resources and creating makeshift shelters to creating homes for your team of Sims, whom, with your unique skills combined, you will partner with to get through crumbling structures, overgrown streets, and hidden corners of vast post-apocalyptic landscape. The game blends exploration, survival, and strategy elements, introducing exotic pets, expanding fishing, and a survivalist career, and introduces a dynamic resource management based on availability. I told you guys before, EA are trying to turn the Sims Universe Hub into Roblox. They're trying to turn it into this like game which expands into multiple other different games. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Okay, I just feel like this, I feel like if something like this came out, all of the Simmers would just be like, what the fuck is this? If you're gonna play a survival game, you're just gonna play a survival game. Do you know what I mean? I can't see this working in The Sims. You'd be getting chased by zombies, but the zombies would just be the zombies would be T-posing. Your Sims would be no clipping in and out of buildings. Like, this would just be hell. Absolute no way. Idea number 4, journey with your Sims as they explore a newly discovered prehistoric landscape and join the exclusive adventure camp on the diverse coastal regions of Oceania shores. Uncover rare prehistoric and marine fossils, new plant species, and document the unique wildlife and natural wonders of coastal and inland biomes. Customize and contribute to museums you curate that blend adventure and education, showcasing these finds whilst inspiring visitors and creating activities for children that share the importance of conservation and adventure skills. This is very much giving, like, again, like undermining my intelligence, a little bit woke, like share the importance of conservation in The Sims. Like, come on, this is The Sims, shut up. Although I did mention again a few months ago that The Sims 4 should introduce a museum system similar to Animal Crossing, where the artifacts you find you put in the museum. Again, they're stealing my ideas. I just know it. And this is not not a delusion. Join an adventure camp. Isn't that what Outdoor Retreat was supposed to do? Again, I don't know if they could really build a whole expansion pack around finding collectibles and putting them in a museum. You could probably get, you know, Stardew Valley for half the price of an expansion pack like this, and it basically does that plus a million more things. So I just don't know how I feel. Like, what am I going to do? Watch my Sims perform an animation of doing archaeology digging, which is something that came in the Jungle Adventure pack anyway, so it's a little bit of a conflict there. The kind of adventure camp is kind of like Outdoor Retreat. I feel like, again, this would just be like the whole new Island Living 2.0 situation with the first concept like this. I just don't think it would go down well. I think a museums update would better be like a base game update, to be honest, rather than a whole expansion pack. And let's be honest, it would just be full of rabbit holes anyway. I don't think the way that they've spoken about it here, it's not what I originally intended when I gave them this idea. Number 5, transport your Sims to a near future, vibrant cyberpunk world where they can explore a neon-lit, gritty city, advancing the latest Sims technology from enhancing their bodies with cutting-edge cybernetics to home life conveniences. As a human or robot Sim, dive into tech-focused hobbies and careers through underworld professions such as the cybernetic cosmetics to robot fighting rings. Discover relationships between human robots and everyone in between, and navigate the moral complexities of nature versus technology in this futuristic, whimsical, dystopian world. Again, this is another one which feels a little bit like woke political. Like, they don't need to be political. Like, we don't need to have like nature versus. This is so American. This is so American. Not everything has to be political. Like, we can just have like a quirky, funny, futuristic city. Like, it doesn't have to be like the complexities of the political landscape. It's fine just having a fun pack. I personally actually didn't play The Sims 3 Into the Future. I may own the pack. I can't remember. I've just never played with it. But that pack, it was all about like changes you make now have a big impact on the future, which is a very clever concept. I personally wouldn't mind like a future world. I think it would be a fun idea. I think it would have to be one of those living packs, you know, like Cottage Living or something, where it doesn't necessarily expand on the base game. It more so just gives you like a different way to play, like Future Living. I think they'd have to make it Future Living. As long as we got more than like 2 gameplay objects and like they actually tried to make it feel like it was worth the price, I genuinely think it could work, you know? So I'm actually genuinely not against that one. You guys let me know what you think about that one. Number 6, choose your Sims path, become notorious criminals, revered law enforcers, or somewhere in between. Small-time crime like pickpocketing for grilled cheese can escalate quickly into high-stakes bank heists for rare jewels. From shady back alley deals to intense stakeouts, navigate the underbelly of a gritty city filled with gritty locations like pool halls and an unsavory cast of characters. Will your Sims rise to power as mafia bosses and con artists, uphold justice as crime-fighting heroes, or play both sides? So they didn't steal this idea off me this time, but I did say once before that I would actually really like a superheroes pack where they added like some kind of like superhero system. I personally think that could actually work quite well. I don't know how they would introduce crime into the game because The Sims 4 is very like family friendly these days, although Love Struck did come out and kind of prove us wrong about that. I personally think it would be a cool concept. I feel like they would have to do it all as like live careers or like something similar. I don't know if they would introduce gangs or mafia because that would up the age rating of the game too much, so they would have to make it light-hearted. I personally genuinely wouldn't. I have said this many years ago before, like I love a really gritty city pack that came with things like tattoo artists, like kind of like a remake of The Herbs in a way. Like you could have like a tattoo artist live career. Maybe it could have law enforcement because we still don't have police in this game yet, and like live criminal things you could do. Like I genuinely think it would be quite cool. Idea number 7, embark on life-changing adventures where children discover new hobbies through recreation and exploration activities that shape their future interests. Create your own sleepaway camp with beaches, lakes, rivers, and pools where kids can socialize, play, and learn new skills under the care of lifeguards, camp counselors, and babysitters. Dive into endless water activities, uncover camp myths, discover new creatures, make lasting friendships, and develop hobbies to share with the whole family. So again, this is kind of giving what Outdoor Retreat should have been. Also, I don't really know much about these like American camps because it's an American thing. We don't do it anywhere else. And like I've heard like like controversies with it. Like I really like Paris Hilton. Like she's so fascinating. And she spoke about how she was literally like traumatized from these camps. Apparently they're like really bad. So I don't know if they could do you know what I mean? Also, can you imagine, okay, child sim, playing as a child sim under the care of a fucking townie camp counselor? Babysitters in The Sims 4 don't even do their job, let alone like camp counselors. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine The Sims 4 like townie AI? Okay, the NPC AI. Can you imagine them looking after my child sim? I don't think so. I don't feel like The Sims 4 AI is clever enough for anything like this to ever really happen. I think it's a cool concept, definitely bringing in more hobbies and stuff for kids, because we definitely need it as a stuff pack preferably, but I just don't think The Sims 4 is advanced enough to handle a pack concept like this. The Sims 4 is just too primitive. I mean, The Sims Forever, because EA never ever bring us The Sims 5 anymore. It's dead forever. So The Sims Forever, which is what we're calling it now, will never ever be able to handle a concept like this. So no, I don't think it would work. Number 8, dive into a vibrant 80s, 90s retro world with bustling mall venues and freelance careers. Hang out at the arcade, comic book store, game board cafe and ramen shop. Enjoy classic activities like tabletop role-playing games, landline phones and rollerblading. Be a babysitter, deliver newspapers, or be the beloved lifeguard at the community pool. Have a blast on the water slide and drink from the hose while reliving this vintage era through old-time objects, unique storylines and unforgettable drama. I feel like a lot of us would really like this. If they basically like remade The Sims 2 as an expansion pack, that could work really well. Like you could have newspaper deliveries, old landline folk. This would work well. And okay, because they do hate watching my videos at EA, you've got to do it. I don't know how they would implement it, because like, would they just make it like a world next to the other worlds? Like, how would this fit in with the modern Sims world? Would you have to teleport into the past to get there? There are logistic issues. But if the actual, okay, because I feel like they're going to fuck this up. If the lifeguard career was not a live career, that would be shite, because we had it in The Sims 3. Come on, I mean, The Sims 4 is more primitive than The Sims 3, so maybe they can't do it. But if it was a live lifeguard career, that would be cool. If it was a live babysitter career, there's a mod that already brings like a childminder career into the game, and it worked perfectly fine. So I know they can do that. If a mod can do it, potentially they can do it too. And Simmers have been asking for ages to have like arcades in the game, and when you think of like 90s, like you think of those game arcades, don't you? So they could introduce that. I actually think this would be perfect. Like this could genuinely be like my favorite Sims 4 expansion pack if it was ambitious. Okay, maybe it won't, because it won't be ambitious, but if we're dreaming here, hypothetically, if they put all their time, resources and ambition into this pack, hypothetically, if the pack felt like value for money content, like I genuinely think it could work. That's actually a really good idea. This is probably going to be, I haven't seen the 9th pack concept yet, but this is my favorite. I know it. So expansion pack number 9, experience the grandeur and drama of modern Monarchy as you build your Sims legacy in a culturally rich world. From managing high-rise estates and navigating political intrigue to customizing luxurious fashion and high-end living, this pack offers a unique blend of traditional and contemporary royal life. Forge alliances, engage in rivalries, and shape your destiny as you rise from commoner to beloved ruler or navigate the complexities of royal succession. Adopt exclusive pets, go shopping for luxury items and favors for your close-knit circle of trusted and not so trusted friends. Live the life of luxury, influence and power, and create a legacy that will be remembered for generations. Guys, I've just realized something really funny. These pack concepts are AI generated, aren't they? I've just realized, especially reading this last one, okay, these pack concepts are AI generated. It didn't even cross my mind before. I genuinely, okay, this is a little bit off topic. I genuinely think there needs to be a legal disclaimer on any kind of AI generated content that it is AI generated. Like there needs to be a law around the whole world. These prompts are AI generated, aren't they? Okay, we're gonna bitch about how they've used AI generated pack concepts in a minute, but first, I personally don't think a royalty pack would work work because the Sims 4 AI can't handle it. And I know a lot of people really want a royalty pack. I just can't see it happening. I just genuinely don't see it working. Maybe they could do something similar to like the werewolves pack system or like the get famous celebrity point system. I just don't know how they're going to do it. Like, I genuinely don't know how they could implement it, to be honest. I think it's a cool concept that a lot of people want, for sure. I just don't think it could work. No, guys, these are they're literally AI generated. So AI generated Sims 4 expansion pack concept number 8 about the 80s and 90s retro world is probably my favorite. You guys tell me which one is your favorite and which one is your least favorite, because I'm very interested to know. And of course, make sure you use Instant Gaming to buy any Sims 4 packs or any games for that matter, where you can get absolutely huge discounts. You can currently get Sims 4 expansion packs for even like 60% off, which is insane. Link will be in the description. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.